The first time I ever attended a court session was to watch Peter Okoye drag his brothers, Paul Okoye and Jude Okoye, by the balls to court.
That was the lady who witnessed Peter Okoye's court proceedings. Let's hear what she has to say.
This story I'm about to tell you was sometime in 2025. Still working with a news outlet. I was working in that entertainment news channel. The Okoye brothers already started dragging each other by the balls. But not everybody can attend their court session. Later around May, June, July, as a novice who has never been to court before, I do not know how they work. I never even knew that courts were located at Ikeja. All I knew was that I was going to a court. We go to the court, and the next thing I thought was I was just going to enter a building and then they just discuss the Okoye brothers and then we go. But to my surprise, there were different courtrooms. So I just went to the reception and I was like, oh, hi, I'm going to the court. And the lady was like, which of the courts? What hearing do you want to attend? I told her the Okoye brothers. And then she described, oh, go straight down, turn this way. That's where they are. Stay with me. When I got inside the court, I just sat down and then I noticed that the first set of cases that they were discussing was not even relating to the Okoye brothers. So I was lost. Three ladies entered the courtroom. So whilst the ladies' case were going on, like the two ladies I was talking about, I noticed that Peter had entered into the court and he sat down right in front of me. So about 15-20 minutes later, Rude Boy entered the courtroom with Jude Okoye and sat behind me. After the judge adjourned the women's case, they just left, and the next thing I heard was the next case is between Mr. Peter Okoye and then Mr. Paul Nonso Okoye. They shall call the three of them. Mr. P stood up and went into the witness box. Now I don't know if it is the witness box they call it, but you know, a particular box where you get to explain everything you want to say. When he entered there, Rude Boy and Jude Okoye had to leave the courtroom. That was when Mr. P started explaining everything that was going on, how we found out about Northside Music, found out about Northside Entertainment, and there was Northside Inc. He just started explaining. Jude and Rude Boy came up, you know, to question him. And the first question that man asked him was, are you a signatory to the account that all three of you own? And then Mr. P was like, no, he's not a signatory to the account. If he ever needs money, all he has to do is tell Jude that, okay, I need 10 million naira, and then gives Paul 10 million naira. Jude also takes 10 million naira for himself. That's how they've been splitting their money right from time. And the lawyer said, that is not the question I asked you. Peter Okoye, are you a signatory to all the accounts that you guys have together? Then Mr. P responded, as I said before, I am not a signatory to this account. All I do is if I need money, I ask Jude for it. Next thing the lawyer says is, okay, here is a document that says that Mr. P is a signatory to all of the accounts that they have. He has all the rights to withdraw if he wants to. Then Mr. P says he does not know anything in that document. All he knows is he has never withdrawn. Sure that neither has Paul ever written any check to withdraw from this account. The lawyer then went again, that is not the question I asked you. Mr. P, are you a signatory to this account? Then they started going back and forth over just that question. To the point that every single person in court was already angry. Like, this Mr. P has answered you already. He said he is not really aware. Then the lawyer goes, are you a signatory to this account? Mr. P says, okay, fine. I'm a signatory to this account, but I have never withdrawn. You can check all the history of the account. I have never withdrawn, and I don't think Paul has either. It's just Jude Okoye. I think this was sometime in May. I'm not so sure. I'm going to put a video up here of when I tried to interview Rude Boy and Jude Okoye whilst they were leaving the courtroom, but they said they were not interested. Then I later interviewed the defense lawyer. It's also a script that I wrote when we left the court session. 4 or 5 days ago, when Mr. P started dropping, you know, videos of everything that happened, I started following the story. Why was I following the story? I wanted to hear if Mr. P was going to change his story, or if he ever lied about anything, or if he's going to say something entirely different from what he said in court. And from part 1 to part 6, every single thing that guy said was every single thing he said in court that day. That day in court was the first time I ever heard of certain amount of money in my entire life. That day in court was the first time I was hearing someone argue in dollars. Like, they were arguing in dollars. All that allegedly said Jude had stolen from him was in dollars. I would call $1 million. Never did he mention naira. Mr. P was dropping the story. I was following it every single day just to hear if he was going to tell another version or if he was going to lie about anything. There were only 2 informations that Peter said in court that day. that I've never heard before. The fact that they have another elder brother called Henry, who was the one sponsoring P Square whilst Okoye was still in school or something. The second one was about the property 2 minutes away from his house, and then EFCC has already seized. Those were the only two things that I've never heard, and I just heard that. Now, what I'm trying to say is, if Mr. P was lying, I definitely would have known, because I would hear a different version of everything that he said in court and a different version of what he...
That those were the words that he was saying that time, that when me and you went to court, his words were still consistent. These are the things that he said in court that he's still saying now public.
I'm not here to support anybody. If anybody is right or if anybody is wrong, they are all brothers and they can deal with their issues.
So did you see Mr. VDM, the court proceeding recorder? Did you hear her? She was there, live. She was there. And at least she provided evidences that shows that she was actually at that court proceeding. Where did you get your own voice note from? Did you doct it? Did you try to manipulate it? What exactly did you do? We're watching.